Pandas, 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 and bros in Atlanta. Just no bleed in the Fanta. Pandas! Welcome to my stream. Thanks for joining. I'm glad that you guys are here. Certifide, thank you for becoming a member. If you want to join the pre-market show, make sure you go to the channel. And in the channel, you'll see a link. You'll see a link. You'll see it. You'll see a link to the pre-market show. Good morning, guys. Day trading like a predator. Good morning. Bill. No trigger, no trade. Welcome, welcome, welcome. FZen. Good morning. Sweet Onions. Kevin Mack. Good morning. Tyler Malema. Good morning. From Minnesota. SW Blaze from Chicago. Icky, good morning. Wayne Bicknell from the Georgia Mountains. Patrick McLaughlin, good morning. Certified. Certified. But thank you, sir. it looked kind of like it was like Latin. And so I just, yeah, you think, can you blame me? Certified. Got it. Frank Angel, good morning. Cody M, good morning. Hey, make sure you guys drop a GM in the chat. There is news at 9:45. And so I probably will refrain from trading until the news happens. What a move. But what a move. Pandas, let me just show you. Yesterday's price action. At the end of the day, this is the 5-minute chart. On the 5-minute chart, you can see how we started to turn into this limit order market. And this kind of helps us to figure out, when you see price action like this, that the rest of the day most likely will look something like this. That's a 5-minute chart. And so when you have basically overlapping bars the entire day, you know that you're in a limit order market. And at the end of the day, we saw this huge move up, but at the end of the day, we find ourselves where? At the bottom of the trading range. By the way, these two lines, this red line and this green line, these are automatically created by the trading range indicator. And so when you see this huge move up and you're like, there's no way we're still in a trading range, look how strong this move up is, look how strong this bull bar is, you have to wait for follow through. And especially if it hits a certain key area like this, basically the previous day's low and close, you gotta wait for follow through, and no follow through. So people, bought the close here and they got punished the big time, and so ended up coming back to the bottom of the trading range. So yesterday the trading range indicator was spot on, just gave us a trading range entire day on the 5-minute chart. Pandas. Good morning, good morning. Drop a GM in the chat, your location as well. Let's know where you guys are from. Frank Angel, Cody M, Peter Cho, good morning. Todd Rajnes, Turtle Toes, Maria G, Anthony Ben from Morocco. Welcome, welcome. Richard Harris, Matt H, Tennessee. Pablo from Argentina. Argentina is the first place I've ever had well, I call it Brazilian barbecue, but I guess it's kind of weird to call it Brazilian barbecue if it's in Argentina. But it's the first time I had like asada, and it blew my mind. As a young lad, these people coming out with like these huge swords of just filled with meat, just it blew my mind, and it was delicious. Something about Argentinian barbecue So, oh, asado. That's right. That's the first place I ever had. What's it called? Mate, yerba mate. And the thing is about mate is like every single person drinks it. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. They have like this special straw with like this filter, and and the thing is like because of that, they don't really drink coffee, because for them, yerba mate is just it's just superior, and it's like it's kind of cool because everyone has like their little gourd, and they walk around with like this gourd, and yeah. So I remember seeing that. I remember that as when I was younger, and I thought that was fascinating. And also, it's the first time I ever played this card game, and I remember I loved it. It was called Truco. And Pablo, you know about Truco? Please tell me you know about Truco. I don't know if it's like an Argentinian game, but I played in Argentina, and dude, I loved Truco. I bought a deck. It's very weird, the symbols, but basically it's like four suits, and yeah, it was so I played Truco like endless hours. If you guys don't know, it's really fun. It's just really fun. There's a lot of like bluffing, a lot of like trickery. Anyways, pandas, what does today behold? I put a poll up to see what kind of day you think what kind of day you guys might think it might be. Basically, big downtrend for the entirety of the overnight session. We'll just mark it like this. And now we got a double bottom, and we're finding ourselves had to break a trend to new low, and now we're finding ourselves coming back up here. So let's see if we can capture a trend here. I feel like we're in an uptrend at the moment, to be honest. It'd be hard to find a second entry long here, but if we get a higher low second entry long and we're off our trend line and also off our R20 EMA, it might be tempting. But also remember, pandas, 9:45, we have PMI flash services, and I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, let me double check. I don't want to give any false information here. Flash services PMI will be dropping at 9:45 today, so 15 minutes. The higher low, second entry long. BNZB says I always say I don't know. Looks like a lot of you guys have no idea what's happening today. Well, the daily chart. Can we get news? Can we get any information from here? Let's see if we can get a measure move. Let's make the measure move like this. I still think we have a lot more to go. I feel like we're going to break this low here, to be honest. I really feel like we're going to make a new low here. Ooh, we're already so close. I feel like sooner or later we're going to break it. I want to see how today ends. If we end back up in this square, we could reverse. Also, the trading range indicator on the daily chart, we're at the bottom of it. So the potential to... All right, market just opened. There is news at 9:45. I may wait till then because I feel like the market may be a little choppy until then. So let me figure out what this line is, where this line is real quick. 37, no, let me get exact. 37.11. Right here, 37.11 is basically that pivot low, and if we break beneath it, pandas, that means we're making lower lows, lower highs on the daily. Whoo, 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 whoo. Trap trade, not really interested here. To me, this would be a first breaker trend. Could be an overshoot to undershoot, but In my opinion, I want to be on the safe side, and if I can't tell really if this is an overshoot, I'm gonna treat it like it's, you know, like it's not, and I'm not gonna try to go short here. I'm thinking this first break of trend. We're looking for a new high here. I still think we're in an uptrend here. People who try to front run that trap just got trapped out. So people who try to front run it, they didn't wait for it to actually finish and break the previous candle's low. There are people who are front running it, and they're like, yo, they're like, guaranteed this is gonna break below here and trigger. Trap triggers up here. Still not interested in a short trade at this point. Yep, and this is exactly why. We have a micro double top. You know, you're still safe, but very scared. You know, I'd be sweating right now. Thoughts and prayers to you who took this trap. Like I mentioned, we're still trying to look for that new high, and you just got stopped out right there. We do have a two-legged pullback here. For me, I'd rather take the trap of this two-legged pullback, and rather than the you know, the second entry short, because the fact that I feel like we may want a new high still. Second entry short does trigger here. Just waiting, sitting on my pause. It looks like it's gonna be successful here. But regardless, just not. I just was not confident going short here. It is a second entry short though. Makes a perfect scalp. Still in trap city. All right, makes a scalp. So look how tricky that is. The trap triggers. The trap by one tick. Second entry short. So very tricky. Very tricky. Yeah, there's also news at 2 p.m. as well. So, but I don't know. I just missed that trade. I really thought we are gonna make a new high. I just wanted to be on the safe side, thinking I'm not sure if this was like an overshoot to undershoot, because for me this was first break of trend in my opinion. So I wanted to wait till we get a test or double top of some sort. They never got it, so hard to have entered that short in my opinion. Just don't know. We just don't know. We just really didn't know at that point. At least for me, I didn't know. Just don't know. Pandas, make sure you guys scalp that like button. You know, I would love it if we could have, you know, 150 people, 200 people before the, you know, before the market opens. That'll be nice. If we get to that point consistently, I think that would be very nice. As a personal goal for myself for the production of the stream. We do have another trap triggered here. Not interested, because we basically had a breaker trend to new low. So this is not a place. This also could just be a downtrend, and we may want to enter this downtrend. For me, you know, again, I'm gonna put on the safe side. If I see a breaker trend to new low here, I'm thinking, especially after an uptrend, we can have a reversal here, and I'd rather take the failed second entry short in this area than this second entry short. Especially if we have bull bars above, coming above 20 MA, especially when we have the trading range indicator still saying, hey, we have a trading range still. You know, just because we broke down this much doesn't mean the trading range is broken and we can come back up. Morning, Kellyanne. Second entry short may trigger here. $10K chart. We may have in the bigger picture, the trap fails second entry long triggering on the 10K chart. And this could trigger. Yep, this does trigger and spikes down. And this could be a strong indication we might have a strong move down here. We could have a strong bear trend day today. Could be possible. I believe I reloaded historical already. I can reload it again. I typically don't like doing it, but we'll do it here. Since I'm actually kind of waiting for 9:45, I'll reload the historical here. I think we're in a downtrend now, or we could have a break a trend to new low now. Reversal here. Reloading my historical. Your cries have been heard. Hopefully it doesn't take forever. I think something's going wrong here. Reloading the historical seems like I had messed up this chart here. May have to restart this, which is unfortunate. Another nice strong move down. I think this is signs maybe of a downtrend. Hey, I think I need to restart my charts here. Be right back. Sorry about that, Pandas. We're back. Continued downtrend. Could be a bear trend day today. After that trap triggered on the 10,000 tick chart, that could be indication we have just a strong downtrend day today. Could be possible. I still sort of can't believe we have a gap on the daily chart though for the futures market. There's a pretty large gap that has not yet to be filled and is far away from being filled, and it's like a multi-week gap. Very surprising. Very surprising.
10,000 tick trap.
Hey, let me get a chart check here from you guys. Put a poll up. Let me know if our charts are the same. I always wondered, you know, like how in general, how close are our charts, my charts, to yours? News is happening in 4 minutes. Be careful, pandas. Just be wary. Just be ready. There's a lot of people who are trading 2006 chart and it's not the same. That's not good. I mean, the fact that there are people who have it the same, I think speaks more volume. It speaks more loudly, I guess. What am I trying to say? Has a greater impact, basically, on what I believe my charts are. I think they're good, but it's very difficult for my charts to be off and for people to have the same chart as me when my chart is off, because that would be very random. Like my chart, if it's off, is a very random chart. And so, but the fact that if multiple people say it's good, then to me I feel like that means more. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Auto Detail Lab comes with a meta question here. So if it's so difficult to get the same charts, how can them being the same be significant? GC Berg says depends on how many days you go back. I believe every single day the tick count starts back at 0. So there is a small break settlement time in future. So there's a 1 hour break. So from 5 to 6, the market's actually closed, completely closed. And so I believe at 6 o'clock, the market starts back. And there's an option if you want to start it on the day, the day break. So it doesn't mean that the amount of days you go back, it doesn't really affect it because of that fact. Because every single day it starts back at 0, basically. We just kind of got like a big push down there. And notice, pandas, this blue line, I drew here because on the daily chart, that is a pivot low several weeks ago. About a month ago, it was a pivot low. And we're back at it. So, boy, oh boy. It could act as support, but I think if we break beneath it, it kind of means we're just on this really strong downtrend. Alright, I'm going to just keep the chart as it is. I don't want to touch it right now. We have about 1 minute, about 15 seconds until news drops. Pandas, be ready. It's getting a little choppy here, trading range price action at the moment. This, yeah, I guess I'll make it like this. News just dropped. What I want from the news is a solid direction. That's all I ask for, and some volatility. So we have enough room to scalp. Big push up, basically bounce off that pivot low like perfectly. People were waiting with limit orders here. $10-point swing off that limit order. We have a gap here currently. I'll take a trap here. I think a trap off of a nice support. Give me a fail second, just short. Oh, gap is closed. It's basically a second entry long right now. Risk is quite large. 1, 2, 3, 4 points of risk. Signal bar not good as well if you want to go long here. Signal bar a little bit better here. Man, I need a retracement, I think. The risk is a little too large for me. Ah, give me that small retracement, please. Darn, I think I missed it. I wanted that retracement. I got a little too greedy with that retracement. Ooh. I like how that looks. Let me get a little bit. Come back, fill me up here. Alright, in this trade. Did not copy my trades. It's a 4-point risk, but I felt like I liked how this ended. And oh man, this is not looking good. It's taking too many bars to finish. Let's see if we can get it though. 4-point risk. Ha! No! I feel like if it's a 4-point risk, I need to gain a little bit more, but let's go. Let's go, baby. I'll take that. Let's go, baby. I'll take it. I'll take it. Not the prettiest, but I liked how this bar ended. I wanted a little deeper retracement so my risk wouldn't be as large, but it didn't give it to me, and this might keep going up forever. Yeah. Was patient there. This was a trap trade as well. This is what I mentioned. I won't take the second entry short. I will take the second entry long here, bouncing off a strong support, and got a nice scalp. But let's see if it continues to go up. I don't know. Every bar gives us more information. Currently in a trading range. Could be a failed breakout and turning back to the bottom of the trading range. That could be possible here. It's a lower high as well. The reason why I don't want to go short right now is because we had a very clear bounce with a strong bull bar, but no follow through. But very strong bull bar ending on a tie, coming off of a serious pivot, right? A major pivot, and so. And the trading range indicator ends up giving us the correct range here, from here to back to the bottom trading range. Trading range still hasn't broken yet. As you can see, it's still developing. If it had a strong enough move, the trading range will stop developing, and you can kind of maybe say trading range is no longer valid. But trading range, because of the indicator settings, still said the trading range is still valid. Coming back down. Are we going to get a double bottom here, pandas? Or are we going to break through? Bulls want a double bottom, of course. And bears want a breakthrough. A breakout. Breakdown. It's true, though. This is sideways, very choppy. And it's hard to say at this point. All right, already broke beneath. Strong move down. Trading range indicator still active, but we'll see after this bar. I don't think it will be any longer. I think the trading range will stop after this. Yep, trading range indicator says now this is no longer valid, this trading range. It could come back up, but, you know, basically this already did a breakout. Oof. Oof. Is it a double bottom? It's a question. And too far away from a 20 main, not near any type of resistance, so it's hard to go short here. Trap does trigger. Will it go that much further down? Hard to say, but regardless, I can't take this setup. It's a failed second entry long, though. Triggering beneath a major pivot. I guess I'll look for a two-leggy. Second entry short. Four pushes down. This could be an H4 setup here. Hard to say. Put a pull up. If we get it set up at the second entry, at the 20 EMA, would you take this short here, this two-legged pullback? That is the question. And that is the question you should be thinking right now already, before it even happens. You got to think, what's the market cycle? I think we're trending. And also, you know, bear trend, bull trend, probably bear trend. And are we near a key area, trend line or the 20 MA, or a resistance? Also, you know, you have to also see if you have a major trend reversal setting up, because if you do, then you have to also be wary of that. That's basically the only thing that really stops you. So, are we getting a major trend reversal? I don't know. Just got really choppy here. Another push down. Speedy boy getting his funded accounts. Let's go, baby. Jeez. Okay. Second entry short. Still clearly underneath the 20 MA here. Should we go short, pandas, with a second entry short? Second entry short. This is the decider. Doji bar. Starts getting a little choppy here, overlapping bars. Clearly underneath the 20 MA. Oh, you know what? I should just take a retracement at this point. That was weird. Going short here, thinking we're in a downtrend, but maybe break a trend to new low. Could be a major trend reversal area. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. The risk is very small. Ooh, I don't like that. Ah, got hit. The risk was very small, so I decided to take it with a retracement. Tricky, tricky. It does end up giving a trap, but the trap might fail here. It might give another opportunity to go short. I'm gonna set my pause here because I feel like it's getting a little choppy, and ended up basically I'm breaking even right now. I wanted to go short there, but it is what it is. I mean, the risk was small. I thought it was worth it. Underneath the 20 MA, two-legged pullback off the 20 MA. Also off our trend line as well. Doji bar, signal bar could have been reason not to go in. Maybe these three overlapping bars also not to go in. Trading range indicator also maybe telling us not to go in. Getting a little choppy. Just take the hit and move on. Andrew Wade asks, how was that a two-legged pullback? Ooh, do I want to go short here? Do I want to go long? I feel like this... Top of the trading range, maybe back to the bottom trading range. Lots of wicks here. Still clearly underneath the 20 MA here. Maybe with an L4 setup, I might go short. Second entry short. A, B, C. Two pushes up. It's back to 20 MA. Two-legged pullback. This one ends up working out. Thinking about maybe an L4 setup off the 20 MA here, but it's getting really sideways. Getting really sideways at this point. Kind of difficult to go short or long. But if I were to choose, I would go short here. Thinking we're still in downtrend. Thinking double top, basically. And 4 pushes up. Typically a good reversal. Outside bar reversal. Coming back to the bottom trading range, making it more difficult. Gonna sit on my pause here. Could be a strong push down here. Easily strong push down, but I'm not looking for a breakout, right? I'm looking for a scalp. So if I miss a big move, it doesn't mean much to me. You know, seeing a big move go by doesn't mean much because I'm just trying to get the scalp from the big move. You know, I hope that makes a difference. Like, you know, because you see this, I mean, unless you have runners, you know, these big moves don't really mean much to you. Other than maybe you can hop in the trend. Unfortunately, we maybe went in a little early here on the second entry short. A little too choppy. Could be. Doji bar. Yeah, like a couple things I mentioned. Reasons not to have gone in could have been the reasons why. But for me, I ultimately felt comfortable entering because my stop loss was only 2 points. And with a setup like this, it's like it's worth it. The 2 points, in my opinion. I have a trap trade to the short side. I almost want to take this trap. Do not copy my trades. We are kind of going sideways, but this trap to me, I'm going to take this trap here. Do not copy my trades. I feel like we have a bearish bias. I could be trading into support here. I just don't want an outside bar reversal. Darn. It's an outside bar reversal. I'm thinking for a new low here, basically to be created. New low of some sort. Trap does trigger. Darn. I'm just going to skip it. Yeah, the downtrend ends up working out over here. It wanted one more push up, I guess. Basically the L4 setup. Darn. Just move on. Moving on. No reason to cry over spilt milk. Y'all know what I'm saying? I'm gonna reload one more time here. I don't know why seems like my chart is off. I'm gonna try to reload one more time. Sorry, 1 second. The charts are reloading, so this can look frozen to you. Everything looks the same. Ooh, actually, yeah, maybe it's like a couple ticks off. Four pushes down after a break of trend to new low. At this major pivot low here on the monthly. Trading range indicator still saying that we're in a trading range. Do I want to go long here? Am I looking for a reversal? I mean, looks like clearly in a downtrend. I would like to go short. It could be just only first entry shorts here. Huh. Well, can't enter. I need a second entry short. That's a first entry. Again, it might be a trap here. Do I want this trap? Are we going to continue this downtrend? I mean, at this point, we're kind of looking like this. If I go short here, it's kind of going straight right into the bottom of that small channel. Darn. I'm trying to find a good entry here, pandas. It'd be almost the better entry will be to take a limit order sell near the 20 MA. That's kind of like the safest entry. Okay, it's going long. Set up off of the 20 MA. But trading range indicator, instead of breaking, actually extends larger because we haven't had a true breakout yet. Instead, we created more chop here. Currently at break even. I knew in general the direction it was going to go, at least I felt like, but yeah, the setup was a little too tight. Now we're above the 20 MA.
$10,000 tick trap.
All right, maybe I'll take a fail second to short here. I'm not copying my trades. Maybe I'll take a fail second to short. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just take the second to short. Maybe we're above the 20 minute. We have a gap here, so do not copy my trades. This is probably one of those, like, if it does trigger and it reverses, I might reverse my trade. Pretty large risk now. 1, 2, 3. Oof. I don't like the bounce off of the previous pivot. I don't like that bounce like that. I don't like the reaction off of it right now. Do not like that reaction. Oof. That previous pivot, it bounced perfect off of it. I didn't like it, so I didn't want a retracement. It seemed like people took the profits there. You're still safe if you're in this trap though, because you have all of this. So you're okay still, but I didn't like the fact that it reacted off of that. So we're still clearly above the 20 MA. And you're still safe if you're in the trap as well. Right, your stop loss is down here. It looks like eventually it's gonna get you your scalp, but very scary. DA Social asks, what is the worst trading day I've ever had? I don't know. I had so many. Too many. I don't remember anything specific. I do remember, the conditions and why. It's just like everything was... Actually, I do remember one day where basically it was like a day where every single time I put a trade in, it will hit my stop and then go the original direction. Happened like 10 times a day, and I busted that account because of that. Surprisingly still safe if you're in this trap long, but I would already try to skunk it by about 3 or 4 bars in. If I was in that trade. So this is second entry long here. Second entry long. Looks choppy, back and forth. Above the 20 MA though, so it could have a little pop here to the upside. Just sitting on my pause though. Looks very choppy, unfortunately. Any trade here seems like most likely it'll go up because we're above the 20 MA still. Hits that pivot again from beneath. Could be a double top. Maybe I'll go short here. I don't like the fact we're clearly above the 20 MA. Ooh. Kind of want to short, but the risk is kind of large now. 1, 2, 3 points. Outside of my pause, limit order market, just waiting for this to... I'm just waiting for this to resolve here. Amazingly, you're still like safe from your trap. If you took this trap, you're still in this trade because you never broke the signal bar low. Amazing. Clearly above the 20 MA. You can see the 20 MA rising as well. Every time it touches it, people are buying with limit orders off of it. You can tell by the price action. There's no question about it. Finally breaks above it. Took forever, but finally does. Got way too choppy for me at that point. Comes back to the top of the trading range. And so when you have this grind down, the trading range indicator says this is not strong enough. And so we think we're still in the trading range. Comes back up to the top of the trading range where we're at right now. Amazing. I guess I'm looking for a short trade since we're at the top of this trading range now. It could also possibly try to come back and fill this gap here after a strong push down. Now that we're back in the trading range, 20 EMA is still acting as some sort of support, seems like. Yeah, I can't go short unless I know the 20 EMA is no longer acting as support. Still looks like support. Very choppy. Push down, just chop, failed breakout. Maybe a trap to the downside, but even then, they're so choppy, I just don't know. I really just don't know. I mean, top of the trading range makes me feel like I want to go short here, but almost in the middle of the trading range at this point. Second entry long actually looks strong. Back above the 20 May. Big push up. Was not expecting that. But big push up, second entry long. Hard to tell, but like I mentioned, if we're gonna break above, this line here is where it needs to be tested. This breakdown area. It looks like a breakout, and it looks like it might keep going up. Higher time frame, second entry short on the 10,000 tick chart forming. A, B, C, second entry short, 10,000 tick chart. It could lead to a trap, reverse. Quite possibly, could happen. To me, this looks like a type of break a trend, new high. No setup for me though, just watching. Second entry short does trigger on the 10,000 tick chart. Andrew Way says, does the second leg always have to be more extreme? No. There's two types of second entries. Or there's two types of two-legged pullbacks. This is one type here, and this is another type here. The whole idea is as long as there's two pushes on the opposite direction of the major trend. This is the idea. So it's just two-legged pullback. We'll call this a lower high second entry short. This is a, I just call this second entry short, but it will be technically a higher high second entry short. pandas. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. I'm break even right now. I'm 1-1 right now, which is pretty good for scalping. If you ever do lose in scalping, typically you're pretty negative, especially if you're even record. But I took trades that the risk was really good, so on both trades. Trap triggers on the 5-minute chart. I haven't looked at the 5-minute yet. 5 minutes so far, big gap from the previous day's close. And just moving down, strong bear bars. A small pullback right now. Trap does trigger. We may get too leggy on the 5-minute, but 99% chance we'll sometime today hit this 20 EMA some way or another. It's unfortunate that while we're trading, it just looks like this. This could be a inverse head and shoulders, but we'll have to wait. As we are waiting for this nonsense to resolve, we might get a second entry short here. I like the second entry short here, actually. If I can get it, I'll take it. I like the second entry short. Come on, give me a second entry short. Don't do that to me. Don't break this pivot low. If it breaks this pivot low, no more second entry short. The counts will reset. A, B, C. Give me another push down here, please. Could be inverse head and shoulders as well, so I could be trading counter to that inverse head and shoulders. But for me, it would be like a Pikachu trade here. Potential Pikachu. I like it also in the higher time frames. We've also triggered a lot of bearish setups. Let's see. I just need one more push up. If I don't get it, it is what it is. Give me that second entry short. Micro double bottom. Oh, sorry, yeah. So we no longer have our second entry short. We could have a trap trade here though. It might be worth taking the trap. Big push up. Still trap city. You can see with the magenta box, the super signal telling us the next leg. This super signal is telling us the next leg is a trap and also a first entry. You can tell it's a trap because it's magenta, but also first entry because the number inside is pink, not dark red. Dark red is second entry shorts. We're still in trap city, so technically this would be a trap if this just triggered, but I don't like the strong bull bar. Now it looks overlapping, looks choppy to me, right? Strong bull bar, strong bear bar. And if you look at the previous on the left, you also see a lot of sideways action here. So for me, it's very difficult to take this trade. Plus, risk is quite large. You'd be sweating right now if you're in that trade, that short trade. Still safe, but sweating. Technically, you're still safe. Like, as long as it doesn't break this pivot high, you're okay. This is getting choppy again, pandas. You know, you can only take what the market gives you, and unfortunately, this is what's giving us. Yeah, I ended up entering kind of in the beginning of the chop, so I didn't know we're really going sideways. I really thought we were going to have strong moves down. But as things develop, we see more and more sideways trading. And yeah, so those who entered this were scared, but you're feeling better now. Still clear underneath the 20 MA, so it could be a nice move down here. No second entries for us yet. Just waiting. So even though it made this big move down, you still didn't make your scalp yet, unfortunately. So those who are short here are still sweating because it just did this failed breakdown, failed attempt to scalp. just too sideways for me, to be honest. At this point, again, overlapping bars. What can I do? Nothing. Just got stopped out. So those who took this trap just got stopped out by that. It's just terrible price action right now. Pretty terrible, I think. The inverse head and shoulders might come to fruition. And this could be a big reversal if it does.
10,000 tick trap.
Huh. Trap on the 10,000 tick chart. That'd be nice to see. Trap on 10,000 tick will help us decide what direction we're going to go. And this trap triggers, it could be a strong move down. Continue this downtrend. Just right now on the 2,000 tick chart, it's just no trades. It's just no trades right now. It looks terrible. Fails like entry long might trigger on the 10,000 tick chart. Might trigger on the 10,000 tick chart.
$10,000 tick trap.
I kind of want to short here, but it's so choppy. It's just really choppy. If I go short here, I'll probably have to swing trade this. Do not copy my trades. Do not copy my trades. Oof. I want to go short here. Darn. I'm being too hesitant here. Yeah, too hesitant. Darn, I don't know. It was just too choppy. Too choppy. I couldn't do it. I couldn't pull the trigger. Like, we're still in this chop and we need to go short here. It would be very difficult because I know we're near the bottom of the trading range. That's what it seems like. Yeah. Wow. Couldn't even scalp. Very choppy. Big move down. Huge risk if you're going to go short here. Huge risk. Terrible signal bar as well. But with the correct trade management, you can be profitable there if you take this trade. It's just completely sideways. I'm over analyzing this at this point because really I should just be sitting in my pause. Should just be not trading at all. So Pandas, unfortunately, I feel like every time we've been on stream, it's just it's been choppy, terrible. By the way, there is not like Jerome Powell will be speaking at 2 o'clock, so This could add on to why we're so choppy at the moment. The other time frames, the 5-minute chart making it too leggy. 10,000 tick chart, trap fails, reverses. Could be a reversal here, but all happens underneath the 20 EMA. So basically no idea what's happening. Do I trade the afternoon session? Yes. I basically just have my eye on the chart all day. I work full-time remote, so all right. Inverse head and shoulders maybe. Just looks nasty though. Could be a failed breakout. Come back into this trading range. All the way until the announcement. Who knows? Really hard to tell what's gonna happen here. Could break out. Could. Interesting. Traders may be always in long soon. It feels like they want to go always in long soon. Always in long. Traders are always in long. Almost just want to buy. Buy anything, any pullback. Feels like they're in breakout mode. Like I almost want to buy anything here. I'll buy off the 20 EMA here. I'll buy first entries. Maybe I'll enter first entries here. People are buying everything. With this pullback, they bought it. They bought all this up. First entry, buy this up. Scalp 1 point. It looks like it wants to go up strong. That's what it feels like. I'm looking at the higher time frames. Clearly above 20 May. 2 strong bull bars ending on their high. Means strong bull bar with follow through. We can have a pause bar here, but ultimately I think we're going to keep going up. 5-minute bar, also strong bull bar ending on its high. We need follow through on this bar, so we're going to wait on this bar. That can give us a strong move up, in my opinion. People buying at the 20 EMA. Big push up. Always in long still, I think. Traders are always in long. Oof. I almost want to buy the top of this bar. Getting quite choppy looking like, but above the 20 EMA clearly. Just watching. Just watching. I'm looking for a long entry, pandas. Do not copy my trades. 1, 2, 3 points of risk. Terrible signal bar. Ah, that's a really bad signal bar. I can't take it. I want to go long, but that's a really bad signal bar. Let's wait a little bit here. Just being patient. I'm going to take this failure. If we get another push down and it fails, I would like to go long. Do not copy my trades. Large risk, 1, 2, 3 points around. Terrible signal bar at the moment. Oof. Can't trade that. Perhaps my premise is wrong. This looks very choppy up here, but now we're beneath the 20 MA. I thought we're always in long. Could be a triple test. Triple failure. Five-minute candle. You gotta always wait for that follow through. This is why you saw a strong bull bar ending that's high, and you wait for the pause bar. And this follow through bar is not following through. It's doing the opposite. Darn. Darn, darn, darn. That was gonna be a big move up. But I was patient. I was very patient. You know, stuck to the rules. Right, starting to get choppy sideways. Terrible signal bar. Didn't want to go long here, even though it was a two-leggy off the 20 MA. Still, just because of that one rule, I saved myself. OB says, can I use NinjaTrader on Mac M1? I think you need a bootleg or something. What month? We're at 12/22. Ah, darn. Darn. Pandas, darn. That would be a clear direction. Now it looks like the opposite. I mean, strong bull bar, no fall through. In fact, it just completely negates it with this strong bear bar. Strong bull bar, but strong bear bar. And you know, it's low. Let's not be lazy. Let's keep our channels. Let's mark our channels here. Top of this, top of the trading range. Maybe back to the bottom of the trading range. Could be quite possible. Second entry short triggers on the 5-minute chart. You see this dark red number? Second entry short. Tough. Just very sideways. Very choppy. And like I mentioned, it could be like this until 2 o'clock when Jerome Powell speaks. No entries. No entries. Like, I can't enter anything here, and honestly, it's just a day. You know, what can you do? When it looks like this, what can you do? I'll say something interesting here, though. On the monthly chart, if you didn't notice, on the monthly chart, we have a fail second entry long off the 20 MA. A, B, C, second entry long. That fails and reverses. So we actually have a trap that triggers underneath the 20 MA on the monthly chart. And boy, oh boy, I mean, this is a major trend reversal. I don't know, looking at the chart, basically, we've never had that setup. This is a monthly chart, so this is going back several years. This is already 2011. In the last 10 years, we've never had a trap, a failed second entry long on the monthly chart. This is the first one. And, whew, boy oh boy. I'm just saying, it could be kind of crazy. It could be crazy. That's the monthly chart, by the way. I just think as long as interest rates keep rising, you know, I don't think we'll be the breakout of a bull trend. Juan asks, is this my full-time job? It's always a good question. It's not, but I always have my eyes on the charts. I have a full-time job apart from this. But, you know, the dream is sooner or later, hopefully, this can be the full-time job. And I just think it just takes a lot to get there, right? You need to have saved up, like, I think at least 2 years, save 3 years of salary, full salary, your yearly salary is saved up in your bank account just in case something goes awry, and then you can day trade. And yeah, not only that, I feel like you have to prove yourself to be consistently profitable. For, you know, for me, it's like if I'm not making more money than I am at my full-time job right now, like significantly more, what I mean by significant, it needs to be like double the amount that I make on my full-time job. If I can't do that, then for me it's almost not worth, you know, quitting my job and doing this, because this is such a high risk way of making money. It's just you know, that risk is not worth it if I can't even make double, you know, what I typically make. So it's just a lot of factors that you need to, you know, but once you start to get to making more than double, then I think you can start, and you do that consistently, I think then you can really start considering, like, let's just do full-time. I mean, that's how I'm taking it. You know, I have a lot of responsibilities and obligations, so I can't just, you know, take a huge risk and be like, you know, if I lived in my mom's basement, then maybe I could do that because I'm not really worried about any expenses. How was I able to negotiate with my employer? My hours are pretty flexible as long as I get my work done. Plus, I wake up early and work later sometimes. So this takes about like an hour of my day, hour and a half of my day. And yeah, I just take that as my break. Richard Harris says, Panda, move in with me and we will trade and game all day and night. That's like a bachelor's dream. I wish I could do that. If I was like young and didn't really like care, like I would do that. Find someone who just loves futures trading and someone who loves gaming, and right back into chop. Absolutely untradeable market in my opinion. My full-time job, I'm like a software engineer. Seems like a lot of you guys are in the green today, which is nice. I'm pretty much break even. Joey Ross, do you enjoy software engineering? I do. I do. And that's probably another reason why I'm not in a rush. We got a trap trade maybe triggering here. You know, even the indicators, right? You know, the two-legged pullback indicator you see here with all these numbers. I made this. You know, this is all original stuff that I made, and the trading range indicator is an original indicator that I made because I enjoy this stuff. You know, that's kind of why I like the two-legged pullback, because of, along with that, you know, it's pretty straightforward setup that I felt like I could develop, you know, as an indicator. We do have the trap that triggers but looks ugly, and I mean, do we have a break a trend to new low? Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. The risk is quite large. The lower high second entry short looks more appealing to me in this spot, but with all these wicks here, I just don't know. I simply just don't know. Tough market today, I would say. Big push down, just wow. I have no idea what's happening, Pandas. Very confusing. Remember, there is announcement at 2 o'clock. Fed Powell will be speaking. OBS, is it best to trade my own small account or try the funding? I would say if I knew about prop firms before I began, I would 100% do prop firm, because of the fact that there is a 99% chance you will bust your first account. So let's say you put in $2,000, which I think is a good amount to trade when you're trading micros. If you want to trade minis, you want to be in a safe spot, like you need the 5 to 10K at least, in my opinion. But if you want to trade micros with practice, because you want to practice, then you need about $2,000, I think, to be safe. So the thing about the evaluations is that, or prop firms, is that you can do an evaluation. Not only do you get a free Ninja Trader license, not only do you get free data, but you basically won't risk your own capital. You know, when there's like, especially when there's like an 80% off code, you can start a 50K account with a $2,500 trailing threshold and trade micros on that and practice, and with virtually no risk on your end, and possibility of gaining a funded account is, I think, and plus you feel that pressure, right? You feel that pressure of that this, you know, there is a little money, you have a little skin in the game, and so because you don't want to bust your eval, because you did pay for it, you know, even though it's small, you're still paying for it, so you still have that little, you know. So I just think it's like the best way to start. I would say first start in sim though, definitely start in sim. And once you start in sim and you feel like you're good enough, then I would say start with a eval and a prop firm, personally. Gotcha. GC says, I was software engineer too. I just got tired of dealing with managers and non-technical people and stupid things like agile. Yeah. That's part of it. That is part of work, unfortunately.
10,000 tick trap.
Look at this, just terrible price action. What are you supposed to do here? So that's my 2 cents. And right now there's a 50% off code if you want to use it. Take advantage of that. Pandas, This market is completely annoying. And no, just remember 2 o'clock. Just be ready for some big news, you know. And yeah, and I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys Monday, bright and early, 9 o'clock, pre-market show, 9:15 for the mainstream. And as always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.